The night bird calls, the shadows come into my mind, into my sleep, into my mind, into my sleep, into my mind, into my sleep, into my mind.
And welcome back to another episode of the Ministry of Truth. I am your only host on the show, and it's Sunday morning. I know it's early, but only a few people are probably going to be up on a Sunday morning. Everyone else is either hungover or still sleeping or, doing better things than watching this show. But for me, I'm up. Everyone's gone. Well, everyone's asleep or they're in the Philippines, so got nothing better to do, and I'm awake. And right now, I'm wide awake, so I better do this before I start getting lazy and tired. So, we're going to go over some stuff in the news today. Basically, a lot of news, a lot of reactions, and just, a hodgepodge of bullshit that have been going on the past couple days and or years that just happen to come back to light. So, before we do all this, though, we have to actually play a song. Why? Because that's how Javi does it. And if you don't like the way Javi does it, then obviously I don't fucking care. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope you enjoy this video from Brian Coyle, and I'll see you on the other side.
The world is going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change. And your biggest issue is your biggest issue is how are we going to pay for it?
They're telling me I'm in a car, I'm in deep, yeah, hypnotized, apocalyptic dreams. I gotta know tonight if this is wrong or right. What's fact, what's feeling? Can't see the light. Oh, I'm the hysteria that's scaring you. Though you can see it, do you believe it? I'm the hysteria, spreads like malaria.
Malaria?
You get that feeling? Let's stop the BS. It's not hypothetical or theoretical. Oh, babe, climate hysteria is
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
into tofu, yeah. I still drive
Prius.
a Prius 2003. I know it sucks. Oh, I recycle all I use, yeah. Look at me. That's right, I'm virtue signaling. Such hypocrisy. I gotta know tonight if this is wrong or right.
That's right.
What's fact, what's feeling? Can't see the line. Oh, I'm a hysteria. It's scaring you.
Yo, this is like a death stream. Def Leppard, right? Not really Def Leppard, though.
Hysteria is very real.
Oh. This is like my second time hearing this song, so give me a break.
What's fact, what's feeling? Can't see the line. Oh,
It's hysteria. Climate hysteria. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Nothing happened. You didn't see the last minute of this stream. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to start off with Congresswoman Bonnie Coleman, just because we want to continue to perpetrate the lie that these congressmen and women went to this New Jersey to Delaney Hall and didn't do anything wrong. They didn't assault anybody. They didn't touch a cop. They didn't body slam, body shove, shoulder check. I've shoulder checked a few people in my life. But let's see. The derangement and hysteria has nothing to do with the climate, but, whatever.
Congresswoman Coleman, so do you have any comment on attacking police officers and storming the ICE facility in Jersey?
Who are you?
It looks like a fucking turtle.
With Gateway Pundit. I understand that you didn't attack.
Who are
police
you?
officers,
I
but
didn't
what
attack
about
anybody. We didn't
Monica
storm
McGuire?
anybody. Monica didn't attack anybody. It's a bunch of crap.
No one said
It's a
Monica.
bunch of crap. It's a bunch of lying
Oh,
crap that this administration.
whoa. She is fucking pointing a finger gun at this dude's face. She is pointing a finger gun. She needs to be arrested.
Does at all levels.
What about the video of Monica McIver?
It's fake.
Doing what?
Shoving police
saying,
officers,
get off
body
of me.
slamming
That's-
them.
Saying get off.
That's not what happened.
I didn't.
That's it.
what-
She's saying get off of me.
Is she?
Yes.
She didn't touch them, assault them.
She may have pushed away to get them off of her.
No.
But she didn't body slam anybody, and it's a bunch of
Yo, bitch, she was pushing forward like she was a goddamn fullback.
crap that they would think that a member of Congress would do something like that.
Well, it seems that she did. Why?
I mean, like a member of Congress wouldn't actually pull a fire alarm on accident. That would never happen.
Why did you guys storm the facility instead
What
of
does that
following?
mean, storm?
I mean, you guys went in, kind
Three
of.
people. Three.
You
There was
barged
more
into
than three.
gates.
Barged?
Yeah, you,
Yes.
you
You
didn't
had a right
announce
to be
yourselves.
there.
You didn't
Bullshit.
follow the protocol.
Whoa.
A bunch of crap.
Whoa.
We were there.
Jordan Conradson with the Gateway Pundit.
Yeah, let me just tell you this.
Yes, tell me.
And then we're going to end this.
Okay.
We announced who we were when we got to the gate.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't respond. We kept asking them to call an official to let them know that we were here and the purpose of our visit. We entered the facility. There's no such thing as three people storming. If you want to talk about storming, look at what they did when they decided they
So
were going to arrest
instead
her.
of waiting for someone to allow you,
Wait, what'd she say? When they what?
Storming, look at what they did when they decided they
so
were going to arrest
instead
her.
of waiting for someone to
Huh?
allow you into the facility, you guys just ran in
We
when
didn't
when
run
a
in.
gate.
Oh no,
We
y'all.
didn't run in.
Or you might not have ran physically,
I don't
but I
understand
mean, you
what you're
kind of
getting at.
you went in.
You know what? You're living in an un-American society with
You're a very low IQ individual, and how can you tell me I'm living in a very un-American society? I guarantee you I've done more military service than you have. And just this little fingernail right here. So shut the fuck up. You've probably been in Congress since the beginning of time. Look at your fucking nostrils. Like, if I went to put an NPA, I'd have to get one of the bigger ones, like probably around the size of my thumb. Look at that shit. She probably picks her fucking nose with her thumb.
a Unitarian government that abuses power on all levels and treats Congress members as if we are the enemy. You know the enemy?
Actually, no. They're treating Congress members like every other fucking American. You are not different. You are not above law. You are an elected official. I hope you remember that. But apparently, let's see, Bonnie Coleman. Let's see the last time she was up for re-election or up for election. Bonnie Coleman. Bonnie Watson Coleman. She's been in office since 2015. Interesting. Let's see. Okay, Coleman was governor. Oh, she worked for the New Jersey state government for 28 years before retiring. And then she went to civil rights. And then she became a fucking. What? This little bitch has been in Congress or politics since fucking forever. Career politician. She thinks she's above the law. I get it. I get it. I also, ma'am, am a person of color, but I know I'm not above the law, but I do evade it if needed.
Enemy is the enemy is the enemy of the people, and that's the white supremacists that you're
Oh,
talking
the
about.
white supremacists. Okay, thank you.
Yo, that's the ultimate go-to. White supremacy. It's because of white supremacy, guys. It's white supremacy that caused them to storm that gate. It's white supremacy that caused MacGyver to fullback her way through. She wasn't shoving people off to get off of her. She was shoving to get out of the way so everyone else can follow through. That's what a fullback does. That running back had to get through that hole. And there was no tuck push. Now we're going to go from more ignorant people. Like I said, I'm going to go through all kinds of bullshit today. I've been watching all weekend. Some are new, some aren't. And some I just figured, like, you know what? We need to see this because, well, this is America, ladies and gentlemen. Our America. Unfortunately, whether it's bad or good, this is our America. These are our Americans for the most part.
All right, we got 15 minutes. Let's do a disagree lightning round. Yes.
Okay, so I have a question. What you think about? Huh? I was wondering.
Yeah, so you don't throw it.
Why do you agree with Donald Trump abusing fossil fuels and making the climate change crisis much worse than it is?
Abusing
already?
fossil fuels. How's that?
What do you mean abusing fossil fuels?
Okay, abusing fossil fuels like absolutely going in and destroying coal and making carbon dioxide go much more worse than it has to be.
Wait. Did she say he was destroying coal? What does she mean by that? So you're saying he's not mining for more coal? He didn't just open. I get it. It's because she's in college and she's brown, more brown than me, I guess.
Like, don't you see it's making oceans much more polluted?
No.
Absolutely. Do you know what carbon dioxide is?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Wanna see
required.
it?
Ah!
You can't see it. It's a chemical property.
Oh, you want to hear it?
And you know what carbon dioxide does? It helps convert trees, or it helps trees convert it to oxygen. So your dumbass can breathe. Maybe you need to carry a plan around for wasting this oxygen. Just it replaces it because you can breathe next to it and it's going to help the rest of us. Stay green.
You can't hear it either.
Just did.
You cannot. No, you can't. You're hearing my voice. You're hearing the frequency of my voice. Like, okay, so you don't believe in climate change. You don't believe in climate change?
I don't.
Hold on.
We're in 2025. We're in the 21st
You're at a 10.
century.
Let's be at like.
Can we talk about the new ice formations down in Antarctica where the ice grew thicker? Oh, climate change, guys. Actually, it used to be called global warming. Now it's climate change because they can encompass everything. So if we have a blizzard, it's climate change. We have a blizzard in Siberia. How fucking dare they have a blizzard in Siberia?
Like maybe an 8.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, you're a little intense.
Sorry.
Okay, we all are made of carbon. We all expel.
Carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, and sulfur. Right. Continue.
Yes. Okay. Carbon is life. We expel carbon.
Carbon does not exist without life. Doesn't exist without carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen,
Right.
and phosphorus and
Okay.
sulfur.
Okay.
Let me finish my point. We
Okay.
agree that global temperatures are rising. We are
I
not
don't.
clear to the degree that human beings are responsible, and we believe that climate change solutions are far worse for humanity than any good that they would possibly
But
do.
if you want to, support climate change, pay your taxes because taxes will help end climate change.
Those are the 3 truth claims that we say about climate change.
Okay, can you repeat your second claim again?
We are not sure to the degree that human beings are responsible for rising global temperatures. Anthropogenic climate change is highly debated.
Why is it highly debated? What do you think happened in the industrialization period?
How much, to what degree are human beings contributing to climate change?
Literally 100%. We
Wrong.
are the destruction.
We don't know that. It could be a.
Why
It's
don't
like
you know that?
0.1,
It's because you don't read
isn't it?
science. You don't
Hold
believe
on.
in college.
I don't read science, as if science is like the Bible. Like there's a single place
Science
that I have
is
to
not
read.
the Bible. The Bible
Time
is
out.
way different than
There's,
science. You can't.
there's a lot of debate about what is causing rising global temperatures. It could be solar flares. It could be
How
tilts
does
of the
solar
earth.
flare?
Well-
Solar uses solar power. How does it emit carbon dioxide?
Wait, what?
Solar flare.
Flare.
Well-
Solar uses solar power. How does it emit carbon dioxide?
Solar flares. Are you familiar with them? Flares
Okay,
of the
fine.
sun.
You got me. Next. Next.
Yes. Okay.
All right, walk away.
Next. You said you don't have time. I don't have time either.
Okay.
Walk away.
I encourage you to go do some research.
I
and
encourage you to
have,
do
hold
research.
On. I encourage you to have a little bit less pride about your positions and a little more
Pride?
humility, and you will learn more. Humility is the beginning of learning and knowledge.
Right,
Thank
so
you.
if you
Next
had
question.
Now this
Sad, because we know that's today's youth, college kids. Unfortunately, I'm not smart enough to be a college kid. I didn't need it. I'm sitting pretty where I'm at right now without college. Kids, on the other hand, they're going to college for free. Sort of. They're actually getting paid to go to college. Bro, I need to dye my beard or something. Holy fuck, it's not matching my hair on my head. Kind of thought the hair on top of my head would grow gray too. But this, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe the color's coming back. Or not. But it looks like it, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Anyway, we're going to go on to this next story. It's actually from, I think it's LFR. No, this is Kingdom. Kingdom Reacts. He's going to talk about when the Supreme Court said they cannot deport Venezuelans under the enemies Alien Enemies Act. And Tom Holman had a story that maybe these fucking liberals and these judges, maybe they need to open their eyes and pay the fuck attention. They know it's there. They refuse to acknowledge it, even though everyone knows these kids are being trafficked.
right here is truly sad. It's heartbreaking, honestly. And this goes beyond left or right in politics. This 14-year-old girl was trafficked while the Supreme Court blocks Trump deportation plan. I mean, if the Democrats, if they could stoop any lower, I'm telling you, it would just be dirt at this point. As you can see right
I
here,
don't
the
think they
Supreme
could get
Court
any
just
lower.
betrayed Trump on deporting illegal aliens who are gang members under the Alien Enemies Act. Apparently, this is some old joint or whatever the case. Man.
Old. It says May 16th.
Let's be clear. This just wasn't about the immigrants here. This was about people connected to the nonviolent organizations. And now they stay here longer. Like, honestly. Now, I want y'all to hear this horrific story right here from Tom Homan. It's truly heartbreaking as he describes a child who was just rescued from a horrific situation. I'll go ahead and let him run you the details.
Out now. We're showing up at parking lots, vacant homes, but we're not going to give up to every one of these kids are found. So we just found one 2 days ago, an example, 14-year-old little girl living with 2 adult males who trafficked her, and we found her she's pregnant.
Jesus.
From trafficking, being forced into prostitution. 14 years old. So we're taking care of her, both physically and mentally. Despite what the media
We're the
says, we're
Democrat.
not heartless. We care about these kids. I'm a father. And the reason I'm so emotional and so hard, headstrong on this issue, because I've dealt with dying children throughout my career. I've held dying children. I've held dead children. I talked to little girls as young as 9 that were raped multiple times by the criminal cartels. I'll never forget it. When you get on your knees to talk to a 9-year-old little girl, everything innocent and pure is ripped from her, and she don't believe in humanity anymore because you had a bunch of animals crawling on her and taking everything pure from her. You'll never forget it. And that shit's happening every day through this trafficking, and we're going to put an end to it. Everything we can do. So 4 years waking up pissed off. I wake up now like a kid in the can.
Now,
I think he said that. Hold it, but still, that's fucking insane. Like, they want to protect these illegals so bad that the ones they need to protect are the ones they cast aside. 500,000 missing children. They're gonna tell you it's like 300,000. No, motherfucker, it's probably closer to 600,000 if you really want to be honest about it. I mean, they've only rescued that one 5-day span. They rescued 115 trafficked children being held with these illegal immigrants as well as child sex predators, which I'm glad they're finally doing something about it. However, Pam Bondi's not doing anything about it. Right, Pam? Where's the list? Where's the arrests? Speaking of arrests, James Comey not arrested. Weird. It's weird that James Comey would do this 8647 thing when he's got a book coming out at the beginning of next month. Now his name is in the news, and he's going to sell his book. Convenient fucking timing. And I'm pretty sure the government's like, you know what? We'll pull you in, we'll interview you, and be like, you know what? We didn't think he had any bad intentions. Nah. And then you have that congresswoman in New Jersey who is a fullback playing football with no team around her, just trying to get through a barricade. No arrest made for that either. You can assault DHS. You can assault ICE officers. And as long as you're a black congresswoman, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Good evening.
And now we're going to talk about, other lies perpetrated by the lamestream legacy media. Donald Trump's a racist. Donald Trump's racist. But how can Donald Trump be racist when he's done more for the black community than a good majority of Congress, to include Jeffries, Booker, Crockett?
Good evening, America. Unless you're watching from California, then maybe not so good. Just kidding. Sort of, it's your favorite president, some say the best ever. And tonight, I've got a few things to say. So grab your popcorn, turn off the fake news, and let's talk about what's really going on. It's going to be good, really good.
Today we were out asking New Yorkers about the Tish James probe, doing a little interview right there by Grand Central in Manhattan, and we met a woman named Debbie who's been living in New York for 50 years.
God.
And this woman blasted Tish James, said she loves Trump, says Trump saved her life one night in New York long before he was president, back in the Apprentice days. Told us quite a story. Take a listen.
Trump saved my life, literally. My dad and my mom passed at the same time. I was in a bad place. I was going towards the Brooklyn Bridge. Don't ask me why, but I was. Donald Trump was standing on 97th Street in Broadway. He was at a friend's birthday party. And when he saw me coming past, I was hysterical in tears. And he gently grabbed my arm. He was like, whoa, wait a minute, are you okay? And he said, well, I don't know what you're gonna do right now, but whatever it is, forget about it. Take it out of your head. Your mom and dad wouldn't want that. And he talked to me till I forgot all about what I was gonna do. So he said, let me pray for you. So when I went to get my keys out of my pocket, and I opened my hand, he had placed a folded up, real small, folded up $100 bill in my hand. I framed it, literally, and this
That's
is a
pimp.
true story. He saved my life. Yeah, he did. So anybody that has anything bad to say about Trump, dead it, because he's a good man.
That's something else.
Terrible.
Story.
What a racist.
And you hear
Donald
stories
Trump.
about him like that all the time, too. You don't hear those stories about Obama, Hillary, Joe Biden.
Now,
Who?
before I turn in for the night,
Hey, what's up,
I
girl?
want to tell you guys something.
All right.
Did you know that when our president and leader Donald J. Trump
Right.
went to Saudi Arabia, they welcomed him with purple carpet,
They did.
which is the highest honor. They regard him as royalty. Did you know that they flew American flags from the airport to the palace?
They did.
Did you know that when he came out to address them and to address the citizens and to address the members of government, that they played God Bless the USA, and they stood up and applauded for
did.
him
None
during
of
the
these are live.
entirety of the song? Did you know that they interviewed the citizens and the members of the government in Saudi Arabia, and they said they are so happy that he's in office because they've been praying for peace for a long time, and they've been praying for progress for a long time, and now they finally are seeing the results? Do you know that they said this man has a plan? This man actually has a strategy. He has a vision, and that's what we've been waiting for. I'm going to need for y'all to start actually doing research, because so many people and so
that's a
many
hard
other
word for them
countries
to understand.
respect our leader and hold him in the highest regard. The only people that are disrespecting him are members and citizens of this United States who he is trying to help. Now, I'm going to tell you something about loyalty. You need to learn what it is.
Yeah, you fucking
Because
GOP
if everybody
senator.
else respects this man, and you, the citizen of the country that he's trying to help, disrespect him at every turn, that's not only treasonous, but it's kind of traitorish, and it's disloyal.
That's the
I'm gonna
same
need
thing.
for y'all to do better.
Treason and
Because
traitors.
respect and honor have nothing
Kind
to
of the
do with
same
the
thing.
person, but it shows your character. So if you can't respect the office and you can't honor the person that's in office, that says way more about you than it does about the man who is in office. People don't hate him the way they are trying to tell you that they do.
Facts.
Look for yourself. You're the only one to hate him. Go USA, God bless America, and go Donald Trump.
Wrong shirt.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Uh-oh.
Donald Trump goes to Saudi Arabia.
Right.
Walks out with a $1 trillion deal.
Absolutely.
Signed, sealed, and delivered.
Delivered.
The next day,
He
leaves and he goes to Qatar.
Qatar. It's Qatar.
And bam! He gets a $1.2 trillion
Trillion is in T.
signed. That is $2.2 trillion
Actually 2.3 trillion, but
in
you know,
48 hours. Meanwhile, you got Democrats out here
Democrats.
screaming, crying, singing kumbaya in the streets.
Kumbaya
That's
for the
gonna fix
illegals.
inflation or secure energy deals. Spoiler alert, it won't. Like, when are y'all gonna realize that this man has actually done more for our freaking country in the last few months than the previous administration ever did in the four
Well,
freaking
listen,
years?
man. He went over there. He secured all these deals, but he also accepted an airplane. That's our biggest issue. We have issues with Donald Trump getting that airplane. Us as a Southern Democrats. Wait, is there such thing as a Southern Democrat anymore? I don't think so.
He's not out here doing this for himself. He's bringing back money, investment, and respect to America. He is pulling us out of debt. He is trying to regain our
check this out.
strength.
I
as a
found this
country.
quite odd. When these reparations thing came out, saying that it's like 2.3 trillion in reparations or 1.3 trillion. And I was like, oddly, they're starting to do this again as Donald Trump secures trillions of dollar investments into the country. Colorado's going to be the first one to see it.
And y'all want to sit out here and cry because this man is putting the power back into the people.
Power to the
working
people.
Class, to the blue collar, to the damn backbone of this freaking
Backbone,
nation.
NCOs.
So grow up, get real, stop being a freaking titty baby because your pockets
Titty
aren't
baby.
lined anymore. Trump's out here trying to secure our future while the rest
And
of
the border.
you are out here trying to secure a participation awards.
Right.
A year ago, we were laughed at, but nobody's laughing at our country anymore. We're the most respected country anywhere in the world. And thank you very much. And enjoy your lives. And God bless America. Thank you very much.
No, thank you. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you. I mean, I don't know. How can you see anything wrong? The only thing I see wrong... Shit, let me stop that. The only thing I've been seeing wrong lately is members of Congress, both sides, not helping the president achieve the goals that the American people wanted. Hence, codifying all these executive orders into law, permanent law. They won't do it. They have a big, huge bill that, if you listen to Democrats, gets rid of Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP benefits, Section 8 housing, and all that good stuff. But in reality, he's making motherfuckers work again. You get 2 years to find a job, and then you lose your benefits. Plain and simple. He's cutting Medicaid, Medicare, yes. That may be true. He's cutting them for illegal immigrants who have been receiving this shit for the past 5 years at least. That's what they're crying about, people losing Medicare. It's these fucking non-American, non-legal immigrants that are coming here for a handout. He's trying to save America. But they're all against it. Democrats and Republicans alike. Remember, I used to hate Donald Trump. But I see his vision. I see his vision for the future, and it involves... how do I say this? Not really a one world government, but a unified. Even if just 70% of the planet being unified. Although if he did, stop all wars to include Russia and Ukraine, Democrats still find a reason to impeach him. Because even though Apu had to drop his impeachment articles, now we got Mr. Al Green, the guy that likes to sit up there and looks like an ape with his cane. Yeah, that guy's now doing articles impeachment too. Like, bro. Nobody fucking cares about this impeachment shit. It's not going to do anything. Did it stop him from last presidency? Did it stop him from getting reelected? Absolutely fucking not. So what the fuck are you guys doing? Aside from wasting time. Money. Maybe we needed to fund politicians. We should pay politicians the same thing an E5 in the United States military gets. I guarantee you they would stop being bitches and do their fucking jobs. And we're going to talk about, if you say certain things towards certain, officials, some people get their dick slammed in the door. Some people get a handshake and a high five. Well, we know Comey got a handshake and a high five, and so did this liberal fucking piece of shit. Not this guy, but the guy he's talking about.
How many times have I told y'all to stop trying to be like your opposition? It's not gonna work out for you. Why? Because your opposition has a bunch of things layered at the ready to make it seem like they're perfectly fine in what they're doing. And when you try to copy it, you're the one that's going to get the most scrutiny. What am I talking about?
Dude.
Well, recently, over the past few days, for some reason, I've been seeing pictures, I don't know if they AI generated, maybe they are, of the numbers 864
4, and
7.
7. Now, as someone who's watched 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 movies that have to do with people saying secret words, I know that in some capacity, 86 means to kill somebody or to assassinate them or get them out of the picture completely. And when I'm thinking about
Eliminate.
47, I was confused just a little bit. And then I remembered, oh, Jesus Christ, it has something to do with Trump. So you got people making the subtle mention of wanting to get rid of Trump. And for some reason, they're broadcasting that on social media. The dumbest place to promote something like that, because you're going to get a bunch of people who will say, wait a minute, hey, look at what this person is doing. Look at what they're doing right now. And maybe, just
And
maybe,
more
depending
people are
on how
doing it.
bombastic you might be, or depending on your social media status, the FBI is going to show up at your fucking door, and then you're going to have to get on social media explaining why the FBI is at your fucking door.
So moments ago, the Trump administration just had the U.S. Secret Service come to my house.
You sound Jewish.
You might be wondering why. Because yesterday I made a post that said 8647, which means, if you look it up, get rid of Trump, as in impeach Donald Trump, as in 25th Amendment Donald Trump, as in vote Trump out of office.
You
Why,
can't
you may
vote
ask?
Trump out of office.
Because last night on the news, Donald Trump
That's not
made
possible.
the claim that 8647
Fucking
means
moron.
assassinate him, which it doesn't. I would absolutely never ever call for violence against anyone, let alone the
That's
President of the
bullshit,
United
crazy.
States. So the Secret Service agents were extremely friendly. They were like, yeah, we understand. It's just something we have to do because Washington told us to. Washington told them to come give me a visit.
So is he saying the Secret Service just blew this off? He's admitting the Secret Service came to him and talked about him and blew it off. Does nobody find that disconcerting? Concerning? No? He just said they blew it off, basically. Oh, we know we had to do this because Washington told us. Interesting. What are the name of those Secret Service agents? Maybe the government should need... maybe Bongino. Is it Bongino? No, that's FBI. Who's the head of the Secret Service? Either way, maybe he should find out about this. Get those agents' names and see what really happened. Do Secret Service agents have body cams? Because I would love to see those body cam footage. I doubt they do. Now, is this dude telling the truth? Most likely not. But if he is, and there's some truth to that, like they just came in and like, oh, it's kind of a formality, then yeah, I think we have an issue with the Secret Service, and Comey is exposing it. Because what he said, and he's basically going to get, good job, we're helping you sell your book, have a nice day. We know it. We know what it meant, but, you know, secret handshake, you know.
That's what he said. Trump wants to be a dictator, and I will not be intimidated into not voicing my opinions or my dissent against him, ever. When Biden...
That's funny because I had my voice silenced during COVID. And all the things I said were ended up being right. But I got silenced and banned. But you can threaten to assassinate somebody, whether you means it was, you know, impeach him or, you know, whatever you guys think it meant. It's not what you guys think it meant. It's exactly what the rest of we're going to brainwash the rest of the media and the people to think. Remember, the media is run by the CIA.
Biden was president. Multiple large social media accounts on the right use the term 8646, meaning get rid of Biden.
I've never used
But now they want to create this
8646 or even
meeting
thought
in
about
order
it.
to go after people who disagree with them. We're not going to become a dictatorship. Keep fighting back in a non-violent way.
And I think the sick part is, Buddy's kind of right. There are other people who have said or tweeted things similar to this, and I'm certain they had some cute little excuse that they were able to bring out that got them
Dude,
off
I've never
scot-free.
seen that until
My opinion, you know, this
I saw
guy
this.
right here, all of you people are fucking weird as fuck. I don't care that you might hate Trump. I don't care that you might hate Biden. I don't give a fuck that you might hate Obama, Bush. Publicly saying something that one could strongly associate with you wanting or hoping or planning or begging someone to kill a prominent
York Times
political
says
figure, the fucking
exterminate.
president, warrants them coming knock on your door and asking, what
what did you mean by this?
Come
Because
and knock
y'all
on
are
my
too damn
door.
comfortable with your disdain for people to the point where you think advocating for violence, advocating for destruction, advocating for misdemeanor is perfectly fine, and it ain't.
You may or may not have noticed the moments in this video where I have put in an extra image of a definition showing how many different interpretations have been brought up around the term 86. That's because it seems like people are desperate to try and hope that no one knows how to use Google. And they want to say to you that it means all these different other things. It means this thing. It means that thing. Oh, it only matters in this context. It only matters in that context. These are the only contexts it means anything in.
I feel like I should say this really loud for all the people in the back who have never worked at a restaurant, but 86 does not mean kill. 86 means to remove.
Did Cranston cheat or Comey work in a restaurant? Did they? No. In the United States military, we know what 86 means. In the United States government, we know what 86 means. Law enforcement knows what 86 means. Stop playing fucking stupid.
If you've
I mean, you literally had motherfuckers holding a bloody image of Donald Trump's head. You know, Kathy Griffin, Snoop Dogg, shooting the president. Come on, motherfuckers. Stop playing stupid.
worked in a restaurant and they say 86 sirloins, that means we're out. That means remove it from the menu. If you order something with tomatoes on it and you don't want tomatoes, your server will write 86 TOM.
How many
on
cats do
their
you
paper.
have?
So when people say 8647, they're not calling for the
You know what?
assassination.
When they say, 8647 doesn't mean anything, when you say 86 yourself, they get really upset. They get really upset. Of course, I know what it means, and if they can play the game, I can too.
They are calling for him to be removed. Good chat.
You want to hear some crazy shit? James Comey posted something yesterday, and let me tell you what, the rate at the which this has went viral is mind-blowing. The witch hunt that has turned out from this man has
There's
been
no witch hunt.
absolutely mind-blowing.
There
So
is
this
no
was
witch hunt on Comey. They interviewed him and they let him go. They interviewed Comey. They brought him in. They interviewed him, and he's still free. I mean, I'm not saying government cover-up or anything like that, but history is not kind to situations like this, right? Credible threats on Donald Trump's life. Hell, he was shot at twice. One time he got hit. Stop playing stupid. You may say this means, oh, we're removing him, but you have retards like that retard Luigi and his fucking copycats. They might try to do the same shit. Think about that. 86 yourself, you fucking dumb cunt.
dropped yesterday, May 15th, 2025. After the post went viral and the rage ensued, he removed this video stating, I thought it was something political, but I didn't think nothing of it. He's the director of the FBI. He should know exactly what 86 and 47 mean. But hold up, here's the crazy shit here that's y'all gonna just freak.
This has the dumbest thing possible. So is he saying he supported 9/11? If 8647 means that many days since 9/11, that rock formation just happened to be on the beach. And he's like, oh, let me take a picture of this natural rock formation that I walked upon. It's how many days we've had since 9/11. So is he praising 9/11? Huh? Why don't you fucking get off that fucking high fructose corn syrup diet and eat some vegetables? You ever think about that? Maybe take a multivitamin. Maybe go walk. And not from your front door to your car. Like walk around your neighborhood. Might do you some good. Because when your face looks like you're fat, then I can only imagine what the rest of you looks like.
This witch hunt, that's what it's turned to. Y'all are gonna freak. I came across a post
See?
on X that said yesterday was 8,647 days from 9/11. I took this to ChatGPT and asked how many days was it since 9/11. Well, ChatGPT calculated 8628. But on the guy's post, the Grok is there, right? And it says ask yourself. So I asked Grok to calculate it. Now Grok calculated it from yesterday to 9/11 as 8,647. What is Comey trying to say, right? So I took that back to ChatGPT to verify it, and ChatGPT verified it. Yesterday, as of yesterday, it was 8.
Which ChatGPT? Who runs ChatGPT? Hold on a second. And Grok? All these AI things, maybe they're gonna fucking spread misinformation. Depending on who's running it. Maybe the government. It wouldn't surprise me. Let's see. Chatbot. AI goals, approaches. Oh, yeah. You can jailbreak it. Huh. 2023, they had a security breach. Operator, deep research. Here we go. Discontinued. Wow. They have a bunch of them that they discontinued. And ChatGPT pretty much runs everywhere except for Europe. Not Europe. Russia, China, that part of Asia, North Korea, Korea's. Of course, it doesn't have Antarctica. Or Venezuela. Or Greenland. That's weird. Why not Greenland? Huh. So it pretty much has its hand in everything.
8,647 days since 9/11. What is Comey trying to say? Well,
Maybe
this is a man
Comey's
that just
Israeli.
came across the rock formation. You can clearly see.
Or what if that's a sign saying we might have more dancing Israelis?
That it was not put there by him. You can see that he did come across it, but it was posted yesterday, iconically and ironically, 8,647 days from 9/11. Now, what the craziest part about it is that X has turned into a massive witch hunt for this guy. Like the amount of
Have you gone on X?
And
Have you actually gone on X? Because if you look at like both sides of X, it's not a massive witch hunt. It's about 50-50. But of course, you cherry pick shit. I follow both sides. I even follow Jasmine Crotchet, Hakeem Jeffries, because I want to see the stupid shit they're going to say. And it's pretty much 50-50. So, do you only follow conservative pages or people?
hate that's being sued forth this man. They want him arrested. They want him jailed. They want him crucified. That's where we're at nowadays. That's where we're at.
Well, yeah. At least arrested, and they can get the semantics afterwards. This is a credible threat. But then again, I imagine you live in an apartment. You have 7 cats, all of them which hate you. You probably smell like a combination of Fritos and cat piss. And yeah, those glasses, they you should probably get bigger ones and tint them because your face looks crazy. I mean, my teeth aren't perfect, but goddamn.
Did the man post something that iconically is connected to 9/11? Because what are the odds that that man posts 8647 in a rock formation that he found in the sand on the exact day that leads 8,647 days to 9/11? Come on. Come on. And then they're sitting here with a witch hunt. You know, do remember that God sends the riders to separate the wheat from the tare? Your hearts are being judged, and X is blowing up.
Well, if you consider me weak, then I'm going to have to 86 you. Show you who's weak. If 86 means just, erase, ignore, push aside, then yes, I will 86 every fucking Democrat. But if you want to go the definition of what it really means, then that's an issue. You, on the other hand, you're so fucking deranged that you follow this legacy media. Because even before any of this legacy media started talking about this, I saw it and I was like, wait a second, that's not supposed to happen. Even I know that.
Up with such hate for this man? What are the odds? Do you think
That's
that
funny.
man
How
called
much hate do you have for
for an
Donald Trump there,
attempt?
Brandy Corbin?
Another attempt? Or did he just come across random rocks and post it on a day that's convincingly 8,647 days from 9/11? Come on.
So what you're saying is he saw 8647 rock formation on the beach that he did not place there, but someone else did. Do you hear what you're saying? Do you realize how stupid you sound? I bet you don't, though, because you're gonna have all these people in your comments praising you, like, yeah, you go, girl, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming you're a woman, but then I never know because you definitely have the pig face going on.
Make that make sense? And then explain to me why the witch hunt. X is some messed up shit. Like Elon.
I got nothing. I'm tired of this bitch. Let's move on.
Serious.
The additional meaning, which is kill. You can say and you can verify that 86 means all these other things, but it also means to kill. So of course people are gonna see this shit and think to themselves, wow, you're trying to get him whacked. Wow, you're advocating for him to get whacked, and your finger wagging to say, no, 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 it means this, is not going to stop that train of thought. Why? Because people are running around with their layers of paranoia around hoping that someone doesn't say something very fucking stupid. And the problem with many people when it comes to any of these political advocates, associates, politicians, and senators is that you got too many people trying their damnedest to try to sound smart when they sound fucking dumb. Again, I do not care who you hate, who you support, who you...
So 86 means good things, I guess. Order 66. So would that have been better? Probably not. I just don't understand. Like the hypocrisy, right? Even if someone said 8646, that's a credible threat. I didn't like Biden, but I never called for Biden to be assassinated. I didn't like Obama, but I never called for Obama to be assassinated. I've never called for any American president to be assassinated because they are the president of the United States. That office, not the person, has to be respected. And a threat against a sitting president who's already been attempted twice, and there's more coming, right, Israel? Now we're going to switch to how the fuck do you have a toddler that you're supposed to be paying attention to fall, hear me out, from the 15th floor? How does your toddler fall from a balcony on the 15th floor?
It is a story making headlines around the world. A Montgomery County 2-year-old survived a 15-story fall at this high-rise behind me in Silver Spring. Fox 5's Bob Barnard has a closer look tonight.
The toddler has survived to tell the story one day. Behind me is the Enclave. This is the apartment building here in Silver Spring. We went up to the 15th floor to get an idea of what that perspective was
That
from
looks
the
like some
boy's
shit out
point
of
of
The
view.
Purge.
Here is one of his neighbors, Mr. Mohammed
The
Karoma.
building.
Just look over there. Just the depth that don't going down there.
Look at that.
I don't know if the kid landed on the bushes. I don't know.
He landed on the bushes, apparently.
Man, that is a miracle, a miracle, man. Yeah, man. It's really sad.
These are the bushes that apparently broke the little boy's fall. They're not much. The authorities say the boy was on the 15th floor. We circled the balcony there. It's a 20-story building. And around 2 p.m. Thursday, he fell from the balcony. We're told the boy suffered a broken leg and multiple internal injuries, but nothing
Oh,
life-threatening.
this is here.
We're told there were adults at home at the time, but police say they're still investigating how he got over the protective glass that surrounds the balcony there. Reaction here in the apartment community this afternoon.
I feel like that children shouldn't be on the balcony, especially unattended.
Absolutely
because
not.
Why are they outside? I have 4 children, they are not allowed on the balcony. And we live on the 5th floor. So the 15th floor, that's crazy to me.
The most awesome chairs here, the kid might have climbed over because there's no way a kid can climb. A 2-year-old, nobody. There must be some
Look at
things
that.
on the floor that the kid used to flip over.
It's definitely a tragedy, but
Could have been
people gotta
worse.
watch their children. Kids shouldn't have been, the baby shouldn't have been outside on the balcony.
We're all wondering how you can survive a fall from that height.
Actually, no.
We reached out to children's...
I'm actually more wondering, where the fuck are the parents at? Are they in jail yet?
National Hospital today to ask that of pediatric emergency medicine doctor Katie Donnelly.
I want to stress first, this is really miraculous, right? This is
15 feet could be fatal.
falls from this height are usually pretty devastating, if not fatal.
Dr. Donnelly says the weight of the child and the bushes that he fell into likely contributed to his surviving. Montgomery County Police say in terms of the parents or guardians of this child, no charges have been filed at this time. Back into you.
Oh. Oh. Well. I got nothing on that. I didn't realize the parents were... for fuck's sake, man. I guess, you know, when you're that specific type of group, you get away with shit. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you don't. Like this one guy definitely doesn't have a job anymore. Shouldn't threaten people. White people.
Yeah. Got the show for
Start a
you. Got a
race war.
damn good show. We're going to go into the mind of a black man. It's dark. Sub-Saharan black man. Yeah. So this guy did a post standing up for this creep, for this coward.
Who
right?
took to unalive a police officer while he was performing, you know,
A retired
crosswalk.
cop of, I think, 15, 20, 30
Yeah.
years. And now he's in his retirement, he's a crossing guard.
Yeah.
He unalives that cop because his son was, the prior day, was committing a crime, was running with a gun, and he lost his life because he wants to go out here and commit crimes and run away from cops holding guns. And the cop felt like his life was in danger, so he
Yeah.
took his life.
Yeah. I mean, these criminals, your life matters too, but the cops' life matter too. So if they're in fear of losing their life, they have the right to take your life.
Right. So he posts this on social media.
Yeah.
Right. And his boss sees it, fires his black ass. Right.
Yeah, but before we get to today's video, don't forget I got a new giveaway.
Oh, now you claim victimizing himself.
Yeah.
Let's get to it.
Oh, now you claim you don't understand this because how Rodney Hinton went. Now we aggressors, huh? Because we want to protect our seeds. Because what Rodney Hinton did was he told you that if my son don't come home, it ain't no home. So now you looking back and you like, oh man, why a black father get to do that, huh? That's that black strength.
Matter of fact,
Yeah, he might go to prison.
I'm going to show you later on in this. I forgot what I was going to say.
And yeah, y'all might give him life.
Ah,
But we stop caring no
I'll
more.
show you how they went from this guy was an innocent black man into, oh shit, there's body cam footage. This has nothing to do with the Hinton one, but I got something for you coming up.
Man. You see, you already say we the majority up in there. But as long as you start continuing to take our life out here, we gonna make y'all the minority of getting hunted down. You can't keep doing that to us. We ain't gonna.
Sounds like a legitimate threat.
Yeah. And he said he's going to make the white man the minority. That's what he said.
Inciting violence.
These are terrorist threats. Yeah, like blacks only make up 13% of the country.
Yep.
I don't want whites is about 69%.
Yeah.
This dude don't know basic math, and I don't think he has the capacity.
Yeah, that movie, The 300, it went to his head because black people don't fight like that.
Ain't gonna. Rodney gonna be straight wherever he going. He understand, like every black man understands at a certain point that sacrifices must be made.
How about you sacrifice and do the right thing and not put your life in jeopardy?
Right.
Like
Well, he
running
just
from a cop
sacrificed his
in a
job.
stolen car holding a gun. Won't you make that? That's not even a sacrifice.
It's accountability.
Yeah. That's why I don't engage in that type of activity.
Yeah, because I understand the implications, the consequences of my actions.
Yeah, risky behavior. You're not gonna live long if you participate in that.
Sacrifice must be made.
No, Matt's tried to open a bottle of water's already open.
Holding our hands, we can't keep being in the background scared no more. Nobody, none of us, me included. If you black, if you look like me, this what they doing to you. They hunting you down every day.
Well, when you act like you do.
Hunting you down.
I'm not being hunted.
Hunting down you, hunting down your people.
You know who's hunting me? Black folks. That's who's hunting me. I'm being hunted down by black folks. Yeah.
And then when you react, oh man, you a criminal. Man, listen, bro. If y'all killing us anyway, what we got to lose?
Bro, you're
Nothing.
killing yourselves more than any other
He
race.
ain't got nothing to say. The main unaliver of black folks is black folks. They ain't got nothing to say
moron,
about
Hey,
that.
Kevin, but it's the white man. You're right. This guy, he's speaking from his point of view. He has nothing to lose because he's got nothing. I could tell by the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, the way you move. You don't got nothing.
Nope.
And you know what? This video that we're about to show you after this video, his demeanor is totally different.
Is it?
Yeah,
He's not acting all tough. He ain't got the gold chains. He's got all the gold in his mouth. He's got the garb on his head, trying to be all pro-black, pro-this.
Yeah. Watch this.
You know, I got fired today from my job for posting about Rodney Hinton Jr.
Look at they got his uniform on. You work at Volkswagen? Well, you used to work with Volkswagen. That was probably a good paying job too. Yeah, let's see.
And I made a post about this earlier. Somebody was like, "Is he gonna cry? Is he feeling sad?" I mean, in a way, I am. You wanna know why? Because I gave these people 5 good years.
Oh, I gave my government
because
20.
I chose to make a post that was personal to myself about Rodney Hinton, him standing up and doing what he did, and them actually going on my social media, and seeing that and making that the reason to fire me.
Dude, who's going to keep an employee on when he's on social media
Threatening white
advocating
people.
for terrorism against police officers?
Against white people.
Yeah, and against white people.
You bit the hand that fed you.
It's just crazy. Yeah, I want to cry. I got bills to be paid. I got two daughters. I'm a single father, so you know.
Should have thought made better
I
decisions.
don't get it.
You should have thought about your
You a
kids before you
single
put up that
father?
stupid
Yeah,
video.
it's like
No accountability. Y'all don't understand the implications of your actions. You a single father, 2 daughters,
and you
that's got to be rough. And you go on social media, and
you're standing up for a murderer. How about your kids?
yeah, if you really believe in what you're spitting out of your stupid mouth, won't you do a Roy Hinton then? Go back to Volkswagen.
Yeah.
If you really about that life.
What?
He supports Roy Hinton. He
Yeah.
took that man's life because his son lost. I said, man, they just took your life. It's no home to go to,
And I
right?
could see if,
you
like,
lost your
it
job,
was
you can't pay for it. Once you go to the
actual-
Volkswagen dealership and pull
That's
a
what I'm
Roy
looking
Hinton.
for.
No, you're not going to do that because it's stupid.
I like
Yeah,
how
you
it's got a
lose your-
stupid Cash App at the bottom of the screen. God damn it, that Cash App went through my thought process.
Life. Yeah, and your daughter's not being taken care of.
Yeah, Roy Hinton's life is over. I don't know if Roy Hinton's got any other kids. It's Rodney Hinton.
Rodney, yeah.
Rodney Hinton. I don't know if he's got other kids. I don't know if he has a wife.
I
But
think
man,
he's got
not
other
only
kids.
he lost his son. Now they lost their father, and you condoning his behavior. And now look what you've lost your job.
Dude, where's your big chain? Why you still? Yo,
I'm worried.
He's in his work uniform. That means he just got fired.
That was my avenue. We pay health insurance, lights, water bills, and a lot of people. When I made my first post, was like, "Go work for yourself. Go work for yourself." We're doing what? I got you know how you work from face to face. So I'm asking if you see this, to make this go viral. I post my Cash App on here. If you can send $1
Carmelo Anthony effect.
Yep.
You did something wrong. Now you gotta look what Carmelo Anthony started.
Shit makes me want to put my
You're
cash
out
app
here
in my videos
advocating
now. Check the
terrorism, get fired, and now you want people to send you money.
Yeah. I think it's in the description.
Just
I need to take that
$1.
shit
I
out.
know 1,000 people gonna watch this video. If I could just get $1, then I can help pay my rent. And I'm a worker. I post every day until I get another job.
I feel like sending this dude $50 and just send him a message. Say, dude, focus on doing the right thing for you and your family, and not some murderer. I actually feel sorry for him.
I don't.
Yeah, because he thinks with his skin color. Yeah, he's brainwashed. You're just a man. You're not a black man. You're not a white man. You're an American. You're an American man. You got caught up in that little black box that black people put themselves.
They don't
And
think.
I'm empathetic a little bit towards him.
I'm not.
Because I used to think
I have
that way
empathy,
because
but not
I
for
felt
him.
like my skin color was a detriment to me in my life. But that's when I was a Democrat and I believe what I heard from the left. Yeah. So I see where he's coming from. Yeah. He doesn't know any better. He only knows one side. I don't know. Am I pissing y'all off saying I'm gonna send him $50? You probably lost about 500,000 white subscribers. That he was condoning domestic terrorism. Yeah, it seems like in this video, he seems like a nice guy, but that whole thing just got to
Complete
him. And
180
he just
from the
put
other
up
video.
a stupid video.
I know it's gonna be some time, and I was getting paid like $35 an hour down there, man. But to people that's out here posting and you feel like you got the freedom of speech, you don't. You need to watch what you're saying on these online platforms.
No.
You got freedom of speech,
You
but you
do
gotta
have
face
freedom
the
of speech.
repercussions.
You also got to have freedom for repercussions. Like everyone's like, hate speech is illegal. Actually, it's not. It is free speech. However, when you say whatever the fuck you want, you better be ready for the repercussions. Just saying. That's why I say whatever the fuck I want, because I'm ready for everything. What do I have to lose? My life? Where am I at?
Yeah. You have freedom of speech. It's not like you're getting locked up, thrown in jail.
Mhm.
Yeah. But your employer is not going to support what you said in that video. Nobody is. Yeah. Freedom of speech does not give you immunity.
If you do work at VW as a mechanic. What if a customer saw that video? A white customer. And then he goes to the general manager like, do you guys realize what this guy did? Oh, and you guys do? Oh, okay. Are you guys going to do anything about that? This is cosplaying. Me as a white guy, I brought in my car to be serviced. I see that guy. I don't feel safe with him working on my car. Who knows what he's going to do to my car? That's why. You created a hostile work environment, and now the customers are going to see him like, oh, I think I'm going to take my business elsewhere.
To break the law. Yeah. You could have been arrested for what you said. Actually could, yeah.
Platforms, because in states like Tennessee and I don't know, like Florida, I think so too. It's a work at will state. What that means is they can literally fire you for anything.
Yeah.
They can say, they don't even have to tell you. They can call you in HR and just let you go. So unless you have the funds to work for yourself, then watch what you say.
Dude, you fucked around and found out.
Freedom of speech is not free.
Freedom of speech is not free. Yeah.
It definitely is.
You can't spread violence. You can't slander. You can talk, you can spread your opinions, but you can't denigrate people. Yeah, I don't know. This guy, he learned a very valuable lesson. Now, I grew up around guys like him in that first video that we showed. All of them are locked up. Right. But I don't know if that was a facade he put up in that video. Yeah, it was totally a facade. Look how he's behaving now and the way he sounds, his demeanor. Yeah, you're trying to appeal to a demographic in this country that's creating black fatigue for black people, for other black people, and for all other races in this nation. And you portrayed that in that video. Yeah, you chasing clout from the wrong bunch of people.
They ain't gonna help him.
Well, you seem like a resilient person. You'll be all right. Yeah, I don't know why you haven't deleted that video yet.
You might delete that
It's
video.
still up there. So why am I feeling sorry for him?
Yep.
He's got it pinned on his profile. He pinned.
I mean, he ain't sorry
he
for
wants
it.
people to see it. Hold up, let me pull that up. Just a screen.
pinned. And
Here's
they
the
did
vid-
multiple videos about that.
Yeah.
Those are his biggest
Oh, no.
videos.
Look, he's even got a give, sing, go.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what he
wait
was
a
saying.
minute. Click that video. You see, this dude trying to get $30,000.
What?
So, yeah, he started a give, sing, go, Carmelo Anthony effect,
Yeah.
and he's trying to raise $30,000. Yeah, give, sing, go is for, and these other platforms help raise money. It's like something bad happened to you. You lost your job, you got injured, you can't work, you got a disability. We got people like, what's that one white girl, Shallow? We got Carmelo Anthony, and then we got you. Y'all out here just doing the wrong things, and then you're going on social media and you're asking for money. I don't know about you personally, but I wouldn't donate to any of it.
Fuck no.
You are a single dad with 2 kids that you taking care of. And you out here acting like a thug. I'm done talking about this. Good luck.
Now,
so a lot of people, actually, we're going to skip this one. So yesterday in California, a fertility clinic had an explosion. And I believe is definitely an act of terrorism. Whether or not the media believes it or anyone else, there's no reason this should have happened. And I 100% believe it was a terrorist act. The only thing is, I'm glad it was on a Friday or a Saturday? It was on Saturday morning, so luckily I believe no one was there. Because I don't think fertility clinics are open on the weekend. However, let's get to the story, and you let me know what you think.
Good afternoon. We are coming on the air, streaming at this hour with breaking news out of Palm Springs, where a massive explosion took place outside a fertility clinic right across the street from a major hospital in Palm Springs. Investigators and firefighters now combing through the massive debris field right now. This is a live look from Air 7 of that fertility clinic, and you can see there is extensive damage to this building. We believe the car was parked on the left side of your screen in the parking lot, but the force of it sent part of that building out into the street.
Look at that.
That is actually Palm Canyon Drive on that side of the road. So this is the
That was
American
a
Reproductive
perfectly
Centers.
placed charge to where it blew out the middle of the building. Perfectly placed charge. This wasn't an accident.
It happened about 11 o'clock today. It is on Indian Canyon Drive. That's the side of the parking lot, but I believe the road on the right side is Palm Canyon Drive. That's the road that takes you directly into downtown Palm Springs, and we see the remains of what looks like a truck. You can see the front axle there on the right, and it looks like a box truck back towards the left, unless that's a car that was planted up against the side of a dumpster or a truck. But there, it looks like the vehicle that was involved here, at least one of them, parked in the parking lot, hitting this fertility clinic, which again is right across the street from Desert Regional Medical Center. You can see right there over the doorway, American Reproductive Center, ARC. We have heard from those who are running this clinic who say all of the eggs, embryos,
Bomb an abortion clinic, everyone loses their fucking mind. Bomb a fertility clinic,
everything that the fertile storage that they have in their building was okay and saved. We do believe one person was killed in this, as we see some law enforcement tech going through that is just looks like a small vehicle, a car that they are now looking through to see
I don't know why
exactly how this played out. We know the FBI is investigating this. The governor is aware of the situation happening in Palm Springs. He says his office is monitoring the situation and will continue to. A law enforcement source telling ABC News they believe that the suspect in this case was killed. We also believe 5 other people were hurt in this explosion, and there across the street is the hospital. And you can see the force of this, shattering windows at nearby businesses. And this is the hospital. This is Desert Regional. And on a second floor on the back of a long outdoor second multi-story patio, those windows were shattered as well. People all around Palm Springs said they could feel the concussion, the wave. They could hear this blast and feel it in the ground. That source telling ABC News there's also an active search right now to see if there are any other explosive devices planted around this scene or around the city of Palm Springs. Once that search is completed, investigators say then we will learn more about exactly what happened.
18 brands have now cut ties.
Bruh. That shit.
July 2020.
If the suspect is already dead, then dead men tell no tales, no lies. This is one of those false flag, not really a false flag one, because it was a fertility clinic, you'll never hear about it again. If it was an abortion clinic, you'll probably hear about it for about 3 weeks. What you want. Now we're going to go back to the Rodney Hinton guy. Not really for Rodney Hinton. Where everybody is fucking pearl clutching before any of the news fucking comes out. And this same thing happened back in 2023 when a young man was, quote unquote, shot and killed by the police with no reason. He was innocent. Why would they do that? Well, we'll listen to the family, and then we'll get to the body cam footage, and you guys tell me, was it justified?
One death was confirmed after an officer-involved shooting on Russellville Road. That death being confirmed as Esteban Lowry just a month later. Kentucky State Police reports Lowry pointed a gun at Bowling Green police officer Matt Davis, firing multiple rounds.
16.
WBKO's Sarah Phipps spoke with Lowry's family at a press conference this afternoon and says that they want answers on Lowry's death, and they're done waiting. It's our top story at 10.
Since Esteban Lowry's death was reported in connection with the 2023 officer-involved shooting, WBKO has continuously asked Kentucky State Police for details on the investigation. The department has provided limited responses, leaving Lowry's family heartbroken.
It's always three sides to a story: their story, our story, and the truth. And all we're looking for is the truth.
And 4K footage doesn't lie.
What's going on? It seems like that's right. You can't get justice without filling out papers, getting information they hide and stuff. So it's time for the become to awaken, and let's get the information we need so we can go through this process and let the healing begin.
National civil rights activist John Barnett has joined the family in their search for answers, asking the community to do the same.
So I ask that you all remain calm, but be strategic.
Oh, one of these guys.
We need justice for this young man. And we're not going to stop until
What kind of justice do you want?
Swell, and I got a creative way to get more people out here.
I can't wait. I wish I could have seen this little fucker's reaction when the body cam footage actually came out. Same with the rest of his family. Same as this dumbass kid with the fucking glasses behind everyone.
No justice?
No peace.
No justice?
No peace. Barnett said that he was told it would take 3 days to get a police report regarding Lowry's death, adding if that time frame is not met, he'll initiate direct action.
Like what?
To organize and mobilize marches. As long as you give us what we want. We want a meeting with the sheriff, wherever he may be.
Sounds like a terrorist.
And we want that police report ASAP.
Barnett has said he'll be helping Lowry's mother, Lori Lowry, acquire an attorney in the hopes of getting more questions answered.
We want the truth.
He's going to help her in acquiring attorney. He's not going to pay for it. He's not going to help pay for it. He's going to help her find one. Probably one of them do it pro bono.
Police reports. We cannot get coroner reports. We cannot get anything. Every time we will speak to someone still under investigation. So nothing has been given to us. Justice for Esteban is all
No,
we want.
he doesn't deserve
Lowry's
justice.
family told WBKO his death certificate reported he had died from strangulation, though this information has not been confirmed by Kentucky State.
Which he did, which was cool as fuck. Because they... You'll see. You'll see.
Police. Reporting in Bowling Green, Sarah Phipps.
Okay. So that was the story and the family crying about it. Now, what I'm going to show you is what they released 13 days ago. Because this happened in July of 2023. And this was 12 days ago that this video was released, at least on this page. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch this video. And I want you guys to tell me, was justice served or does this guy deserve a second chance?
July 6th, 2023, Officer Matt Davis responded to a disturbance call at America's Car Mart, a used car dealership in the city. But what started as a routine call quickly turned into a violent confrontation when an armed suspect opened fire on Officer Davis, leaving him badly injured and slowly losing his life. As Officer Davis arrived at the dealership, a staff member pointed him toward the suspect, but little did he know that simple interaction was about to turn into a complete nightmare.
Was he across the street over here at McDonald's? I seen him earlier. I think
Probably.
he was.
Straight down the hall.
Oh, that was a woman?
Hi there.
Hey, what's up? Y'all okay?
What up?
Yeah.
Hey, look, you come over here, call one, and come get me, because I'm about to go off on this police.
Hey, how you doing? What's going on, man?
Why you talking to me?
Well, they called about you. What's going on?
You have no authority, buddy.
Yeah, we do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we do.
You're not even registered as Secretary of State.
Huh?
You're color, supposed color law, but you're not.
Okay.
But you're not, guy.
So what's y'all stance on this?
Okay, then.
Y'all know him at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want him out?
That's my vehicle out there. Bye.
As Officer Davis spoke with the man, later identified as 41-year-old Esteban Lowry, he started acting agitated and it was clear things were heading in a bad direction. With Officer Davis that day was U.S. Army Specialist Ioannis Kuko, who was doing a civilian ride-along, a program that lets civilians or military members ride along with officers during their shift. After refusing several times to cooperate, Lowry tried to walk away when Officer Davis called for backup, and that's what triggered his aggressive side.
I ain't going nowhere, I promise you that.
Okay.
Yeah. You put
him
handcuffs on me, I promise you.
Okay.
I'll make you stand down.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds like a threat.
Okay, nothing.
All right, man.
You have no authority, buddy.
He actually does.
So what do you want to do?
Just hang out, man.
No, I ain't gonna hang out nowhere, because I can go where I want.
Okay, you just hang out here for
No,
us.
because you're not gonna hold me. You're not gonna contain me like that. You're not gonna hold me in here. So,
Actually,
so can you please
he can
move out
while
of
he's
the way?
investigating the
I
crime.
need to.
No, I don't.
So, Jess, when you get the opportunity, don't take my life.
Hey, you hold on.
Don't
you
touch me.
hold
Don't
on.
touch me.
Hey, you hold on.
Hey,
sit down. Hey, sit
Stand down.
Hey,
Stand
down. Sit down.
Stand down.
Hey, of course, he's got a gun.
Stand down. You are officer. Stand down.
Get out.
Stand down.
Get out. Esteban, quit. Esteban, quit. Quit.
Stand down. You're officer.
Get out. Get out. Get out, Esteban. Hey, take cover. Take cover.
Where's your gun? Now, probably didn't hear it too clearly. The cop, instead of pulling his service pistol, pulled the taser. This could have been very, very bad for the officer. I mean, he did end up getting shot 16 times. But goddamn, I wouldn't have pulled a taser.
Without any warning, Lowry opened fire, firing 16 rounds in just over 6 seconds and leaving Officer Davis seriously hurt. He was struck multiple times in the initial burst. Officer Davis tried to use his taser to stop Lowry, but before he could react, things took a terrible turn. Even though he was badly injured, Davis managed to crawl into another room, but he was quickly losing strength. Thankfully, backup officers showed up soon after, but Lowry was still inside the dealership, armed and in a very dangerous state of mind.
Where you at? I'm right here. I'm right here. Help me. Help me. Come on. I can stand up on the... Come on.
Hey, you stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me.
Look at that. Look at that blood.
Hey, get in the room. Get in the room. He's here. He's here. I can take you. I can take you.
Okay, you've got 3 cops. One of them stay working like. There's the army specialist.
He's dead. Hey, get back. He's dead, man. I killed him. Move me. I did. I fucking put him down. No, I didn't shoot. I fucking scared of him. He's in the room. He's in the room now.
He choked the motherfucker out.
I got the window. All right, I got you. Let me see your hand.
Don't let that hand come up. Don't let the hand come up.
Oh, it's not going to come up, I
Keep
promise.
your hands up.
Oh, the
Keep
one
your
behind the
hands
desk.
up. Hands up. Keep your hands up.
The woman behind the desk.
Is anybody else in here? Anybody else in here? No, just me.
Okay. Can you hear me? Can you
you hear me?
No, he can't hear you. I promise.
Lowry was found unresponsive as officers approached him. During the shooting, Specialist Kuko, who was unarmed, immediately took cover. Once the gunfire stopped, he stepped in and took quick action, using a control hold to restrain Lowry. During the struggle, Lowry lost consciousness and was later pronounced dead. Officer Matt Davis was rushed to the hospital for emergency care, and thankfully, he survived. After reviewing the case, a grand jury decided not to file any charges against Specialist Kuko.
The guy,
former FBI
shooting
director,
at a cop, and what does a soldier do? We protect people. So naturally, he did what was ingrained in him and eliminated the target. And they wanted to charge him with murder? What about what he did to the cop 16 fucking times? And the guy, he had to neutralize him. Choked him out. Maybe the dude should have tapped. But who cares? He obviously had no fucking care about someone else's life, so why not just take his? I mean, I'd say it was fair. And if I was a specialist, I wouldn't know if he was going to turn it on me. Wow, I didn't realize I had this much shit. All right, this is Benny Johnson. And, bro, this is comical. And now Michelle Obama is mad at Ellen. Benny, take it away. Big Mike, Forte.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. You ever heard of the Streisand effect? It's when out-of-touch, rich, left-wing celebrity women who are deeply cringeworthy and unhappy with their lives scream at you not to notice something that we can all see plainly with our eyes. The Streisand effect applies all the time, but it certainly applies to Michelle Obama's Ellen appearance. The birthplace of Big Mike. This is the unique dance move appearance that Michelle Obama made that caused many to question what's going on down there. Okay. So this is what it looked like. Let's just have this conversation. All right. This is what it looked like. And Ellen, famous for dancing with her celebrity guests, decided to bring on Michelle Obama. And many people were able to
Big Mike.
Stop, zoom in, and enhance. And they just wondered what was going on. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, since then, Michelle Obama hasn't done a lot to help herself, frankly. Michelle Obama says she's currently in therapy as she goes through a personal transition.
I really believe in that. I believe in couples therapy. I believe in it all. Whatever works for you. And at this, phase of my life, I'm in therapy right now because I'm transitioning.
Huh?
Good for you. Good.
Wait, what?
Good job. Michelle Obama also says, as a black man, she really feels stuff right here in her heart.
Talk, Marlon, a bit about, just so proud of how you are being a role model for dealing with a child that's transgender.
Absolutely.
And that's, that warms my heart, particularly as a black man.
Yeah.
Okay, let's be fair here. She's talking with Marlon Wayans. Many people, it's just it's a strange way to say it. I can understand that maybe she's saying as a black man to Marlon Wayans, but she has this odd, meandering, nonsensical way of speaking. It's like really low IQ, like really dumb. Like if there's not a teleprompter and speech right before her, she's going to sound horrible. She's going to say horrible and bad things that are going to bounce back badly on her. This is like the way that it has worked for Michelle Obama since the launch of this humiliating podcast, the podcast that they're speaking on right now, which is pre-recorded, by the way, and you don't have to like release these episodes. You know what I mean? Like you could have like thought, wait, and the whole like as a black man comment, maybe that could be misconstrued. Maybe we'll just edit that out. But there's not a lot of editing going on here in the creepy podcast that Michelle Obama does with her.
Yeah, it should have come off a couple days ago.
Eunuch from Game of Thrones looking brother named Craig Robinson. This is the YouTube page of that podcast.
That's a lot of blood.
Trying not to be a hater here. But, well, none of this, this page doesn't make any sense. I'm just going to straight up tell you. It don't make no sense. How do you have 5,000 views on a video that's been up for 5 days? 5,000 views, 9,000 views, 12,000 views, 15,000 views, 8,000 views, 7,000 views, 5,000 views. This has been up 1 month ago, and there's only 5,000 views on that video. Okay. But then they have some of their, here's one with 4,000 views. 4,000 views. All right. It's a clip from their podcast. But then some of their podcasts do close to millions of views. Well, that don't make no sense. How's that possible? How does this channel do hundreds of thousands? Here's 600,000 views, 650,000 views, 300,000 views, 300,000 views. How's that possible exactly? I don't know. I'm not sure. I do know that these episodes get ratioed into oblivion, right? This is a 49,000 dislike ratio here on the podcast. And, you know, maybe all this is
Get back to the big mic dance. This is
designed in order to get rid of Michelle Obama's digital footprint, which kind of looks like this, actually. In fact, this commenter is saying, I wonder why this part of Michelle Obama's appearance on Ellen was the most replayed. The most replayed.
Damn, it really is.
I wonder. Well, now Michelle Obama's calling out Ellen. Uh-oh. Trouble in lib lady, rich lady paradise. Calls out Ellen for forcing her to do this on the talk show. I'm the first lady.
Now, I don't buy her excuse that her arms are so long that she can't go all the way down, because there's plenty of people in the military that can do push-ups, male and female, that have long arms. All you gotta do is move your arms out.
So now Ellen's getting it from Michelle. Michelle Obama calls out Ellen DeGeneres for talk show stunt. Let's go ahead and watch, shall we? Here we go.
All right, you ready? Yeah. All right. Are you guys count?
Your arm's supposed to be parallel to the ground, by the way.
I don't. This is another thing. It's like I don't need to, do regular push-ups. I have nothing to prove, but I can do push-ups on my knees. I can do a lot of those.
But you can do regular push-ups too.
I can, but it's hard. I think my arm length, I don't go all the way down. In fact, you know who pointed that out?
You just gotta make sure you're fucking.
Because
it sounds
my
like
first
Ellen.
term, she challenged me to a push-up competition. I'm the first lady.
I mean,
so
she
you're not
heard that I
special.
worked out, and she was
That
like, "You wanna-"
counts.
So I'm on her show doing push-ups, and I did more push-ups than her, but she still says I
You're a
didn't go
guy,
down all the
so-
way.
Well, that's
but
not fair.
anatomically, I don't think I really can. My arms are very long.
Yeah.
And she's a much smaller person.
Do you really want to talk? I mean, listen, these people have no self-awareness. Do you really want to talk about your anatomy on the Ellen show? Is this where you want to go, Michelle?
And I've seen plenty of tall females.
Is this what you want to bring people
correct
to?
push-ups.
It's called the Streisand effect. Like, you
Fucking
can't say, don't look at this, don't look at this.
You're the one that tried to make
And then
people
it's just going
healthy,
to cause
like,
people
much
to
healthier
Google
instead of
search Michelle
making it
Obama
worse.
Ellen show. And anatomy. And this is what you're going to get. Ellen, for her part, has fled America.
Yeah,
and
we're
is
done
living
with
in
that.
merry
Right?
old England.
That's funny. Now she's getting mad all of a sudden. Ow. Eyeball. And she's getting exposed again, but it's okay. Michelle Obama, can't do no wrong. Black man, black woman. Ow. What happens when you're a fucking retard who likes to attack women? When you get away with it in California, it's California. But when you come into an island, especially with people like me, and you attack a woman, well, let's see what happens to a white man from California when he attacks a woman in Hawaii.
Did you see who that was? Do you see who this is? I did not expect to be making a whole new series on Nathaniel Rademack, aka the Tesla terrorist from Southern California, but here we are. If you missed the update last week, he moved to Hawaii, and then the other day, he decided to punch, allegedly, an 18-year-old girl and her mother in the face because he got mad at them for telling him to slow down in his Tesla.
What kind of man punches
He's
a
in
woman
jail for that.
repeatedly?
And stick around because I have a karma update you might like. But that's not all, because then this came out, which happened a few days before that, where he was working out in a gym and threatened another woman. Walk up again.
I ain't gonna lie though, if I was in the gym and I saw this dude would be sleeping.
The machine he was using, and he came up behind me and said, "Hey, do me a favor, don't walk past my machine when I'm using it again." So I just said, "Don't talk to me like that." And then he said, "You want to try me, bitch? I'll sock you right in your face."
And that's when she took out her phone to record.
What is your problem?
I'm telling you right now, things ain't looking good. As tensions quickly mounted, the man then took a swing at the woman, alarming bystanders. Why are you recording?
Get away from me!
What's going on? Stop recording. How close was he to actually hitting you?
It was a
Not
hair.
a single
It
man
was a hair
has been-
away.
After this, the woman used a screenshot of the video to do an image search of the man, and his face was matched with headlines of Nathaniel Rademack, who was convicted in
That
Southern
coward hiding his
California
face.
in a string of road rage attacks. He was sentenced to a 5-year term, but out on parole after 10 months.
Unreal. And I got to tell you, I'm more than a little disappointed that that story didn't end with, and then the dudes who were in the gym handled business.
Right.
They saw him take a swing at her, and that didn't result in him just getting his ass handed to him. That's what the general populace have been. They just saw that and were like, hey, what's going on here? You know who will handle business? People in prison. Because while he was in jail, something happened to Nathaniel. He got lit the fuck up. This is a picture of him in a hospital posted by HHH News, which a lot of people on the island told me, like, we trust this guy more than we trust our local news stations. He posted this initially, and now local news has picked it up as well. Apparently, some dudes in the jail got word of why he was there and the fact that he likes to target women. And I'm guessing it went something like, I hear you like to hit women, brother. Maybe you like to hit me. And then this happened.
That's exactly probably
and
what
he
happened.
got just worked. And I'd love to hope he'll learn his lesson.
Look at his nose,
But his mugshot from that recent arrest, which was prior to what you just saw happen to him, tells me no. Because as you can see in this picture, someone has done like serious work on his nose already. I'm guessing maybe when he was in LA. He's already not learned the lesson there. And that's a bad break that didn't get taken care of.
Now let's see if he learned a lesson after this. You fucking coward piece of shit. How come you didn't try
So I'm gonna tell
to
you-
beat up those guys? They were pressing you. Huh? Do you think they were going to back down? The fuck on, dude. All right, we're going to switch to an Army veteran in Congress. I'm going to delete that. Hold on, guys. I think I was accidentally saving videos I didn't want to show. Okay, here we go. So this guy's in Congress testifying, and well, I believe 100% everything this dude's saying is true because he thinks. And thinking is actually a rare quality these days, and I'm glad there's actually members of Congress that remember how to think. Like Pepperidge Farm. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Something that you don't hear of too much. Don't believe Republicans and don't believe Democrats. Use the brain that the good Lord gave you and read it for yourself and come to your own conclusions. Read the words yourself, not what a politician tells you, and you will read for yourself in this bill who is fighting for you. I want to take a second to address my constituents and the millions of folks from across the country who rely on Medicaid. You are being misled.
Listen to this.
In Michigan, nearly half the seniors rely on Medicaid to age with dignity. Medicaid covers 40% of U.S. births and 38% of Michigan births. The impact of this needed program truly cannot be overstated. We're hearing a lot about fighting to protect Medicaid from my Democrat colleagues, and to be honest, they are fighting to protect Medicaid. They are fighting tooth and nail to protect Medicaid, but not for you, but for illegal aliens, gender transition surgeries for children, and
almost like this dude read my mind. Almost like I read the bill. Oh.
Eligible recipients and able-bodied adults who choose not to work. Democrats are absolutely fighting, but they're fighting for the wrong people. Republicans are fighting to ensure Medicaid is protected and upheld for generations now and in the future. I was recently contacted by Kirsten from Shelby Township who said, my son has cerebral palsy and relies on Medicaid every single day, not just for health care, but to live with independence, dignity, and purpose. Medicaid makes it possible for him to live outside of an institution. I'm fighting to protect Medicaid so Kirsten, her son, and her family can live together in dignity. I heard from Barbara from St. Clair Shores, who is a special ed teacher who works with disabled students. I'm fighting to protect Medicaid so Barbara's students get the opportunity and an education that they need to thrive and that they deserve. Rosanna, also from St. Clair Shores, said, I'm a pediatric nurse practitioner, and I already hear daily how much my patients' families struggle to meet the needs across the board. I'm fighting for Rosanna's patients. Here's the truth. Republicans are not cutting Medicaid. We're simply prioritizing the people Medicaid was originally designed for. Low-income children, pregnant women, the disabled, the elderly, and the list goes on and on. And so I'm going to tell you something that you don't hear of too much. Don't believe Republicans and don't believe Democrats. Use the brain that the good Lord gave you and read it for yourself and come to your own conclusions.
I gave myself
my brain. Read the words yourself, not what a politician tells you, and you will read for yourself in this bill who is fighting for you. Democrats are doing what they always do, fear-mongering, distracting, and defending failing systems. They're inflating Medicaid with illegals, ineligible recipients, and able-bodied adults who refuse to work. These aren't reforms. They're reckless giveaways that take resources away from the truly vulnerable. The people who they say they're serving. They're leaving behind the kids, the moms.
Yeah, and it's funny when I hear them like going out to the community when these ICE people are doing the arrest and like, well, I'm here to protect the constituents of my community. Wait, so you mean to tell me that your constituents are illegal immigrants? Do you mean to tell me you had illegal immigrants voting for you? This is for that you and Massachusetts lady. Can't remember your name. I just took your video out because it's stupid. Think about that. They consider illegals their constituents. And by constituents, you mean people that vote, right? Constituents should be the people, the Americans, not people from another country. Unless they obviously have a green card. Then they can be a constituent, but they can't vote for you. Not until they become a citizen. So in reality, you should be helping the U.S. citizens first. Those are your real constituents.
Moms, the seniors who need Medicaid the most. And my colleagues across the aisle say, you haven't found any fraud, waste, and abuse. Well, how about this?
They have found fraud, waste, and abuse. But Republicans, like Speaker Mike Johnson, won't bring the votes up to codify these fucking Doge cuts. So we continue to waste money. Everything that Doge found, everything that Donald Trump's, both sides are against it. What happens when Big Pharma can't pay them anymore? That's why they're upset. They lost a lot of money with that Big Pharma reduction.
from Michigan Inspector General. Remember we talk about taking the cops off the beat? Well, Michigan Inspector General noted that Michigan's Medicaid program had improperly paid over $10 million in benefits to non-citizens. $10 million.
That's Michigan.
Anybody could use $10 million in the room to help with their family?
Hell yeah.
$10 million could have gone to Kirsten's son, to Barbara's students, or Rosanna's patients, instead sent to illegal aliens. But what do you call that if it's not fraud, if it's not abuse, if it's not waste? They're not gonna call it that. You know why? Because it's by design. That is why the left is fighting so hard to protect. It's like they are deathly allergic to accountability. If you want to believe that every reform is a cut,
be careful.
Every accountability measure is cruelty. And standing up to a failing status quo, the status quo is not working in this country. We have to do something to fix it. But they're not fighting for patients. They're fighting to protect the status quo.
Because you
that's
remember,
not good enough for
they want people to be unhealthy. So they want to fearmonger people saying, oh, they're going to cut your things. But at the same time, they really don't care. Look at people like Sonny Hostin's husband. Insurance fraud. Healthcare provider. RICO charges. Healthcare is a scam. I forgot where I was going with that. Sorry.
for people or the folks in my district who desperately rely on us to do the right thing here. We're not buying it. We're not buying the crocodile tears. We are here to fix the problem. So with or without my Democrat colleagues and their inflated numbers, Republicans are going to defend and strengthen Medicaid. We will ensure that Medicaid remains a lifeline for millions of vulnerable Americans, not a loophole for exploitation. With that, Mr. Chairman, I yield.
I think there's a point where once I become, I think 65, I can have a supplemental to my TRICARE, which is like a Medicare Part B. But I also have VA, so at that point I'll have 3 different healthcare insurances. But anyway, I pay taxes. Taxes pay Medicare. Medicare should be used for Americans. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's fact. That's fraud, waste, and a massive amount of abuse. Complaining Americans can't get health care when you're giving it away for free to illegal immigrants as they come in the country. Part of the application process includes Medicaid, Social Security, and welfare.
The gentleman yells.
So this next one comes from New York City and the Brooklyn Bridge. Apparently Mexico is really pissed off about the Gulf of America, which before it was the Gulf of Mexico, it was actually the Gulf of Florida. And that was before the 1540s. So if it was the Gulf of Florida or the Sea of the North before it was the Gulf of Florida, so what's wrong with calling it the Gulf of America? Well, I think the Mexican Navy, when they're training their seamen, sailors, what happens when they get really pissed off? I think this is because of the Gulf of America or the Gulf of Florida.
Holy crap.
Look at that. How do you not know that you're football? But they got big ass Mexican flag waving.
What?
You're a Muslim.
Dude, the bridge is shaking out there.
You're gonna hit the pier.
You gotta keep moving. This is insane.
Now I'm kind of curious the damage it caused the bridge, considering it's a very busy bridge.
Dude, there's people up there.
What the hell?
This is insane.
Oh, wow. Wow. There really are people up there. Look at this.
Oh! No!
And a tugboat right next to it.
Se está cayendo!
Jesus.
No! No! No way! No! What the hell? No! Ya te dije que no iba a caber ahí. No! Oh my God!
Trente agua.
No! Cayó alguien en el agua. It swung down. Yo!
Dude, imagine being on the bridge or even on that boat.
I caught it on camera!
Shit's crazy, right? That's next. That's crazy. Like, how do you do that? How do you not know, oh shit, our masts are way taller than, they should be to going under a bridge? Who is in charge? Who's the harbor master? What about the tugboat? So many things. So many questions. We'll never get answers. But you know what we did get answers for? Kinda, sorta. What happens when a active shooter goes into a gym, but then thinks he can run away?
Gunfire in a packed Northwest Valley gym, sending people scrambling for survival, leaving 2 dead.
Suspect was running out with an AR.
Good evening, I'm Denise Valdez. We have team coverage for you tonight. 8 News Now anchor Sasha Loftus standing by live near the gym at Rainbow near Lake Mead. But first, new video from our 8 News Now investigators. Kyle Payne in studio with the moment a victim realized he'd been shot.
Denise, it all started when police got a call of someone shooting.
Oh, I've been shot? Put a jelly bean in it, guys.
People inside the Las Vegas Athletic Club's Rainbow location around 1:30 this afternoon. A busy 2-story gym tonight, a crime scene. Minutes after the gunman opened fire inside, police encountered him at the entrance. They shoot him several times, you'll see, and we'll see it from a couple different angles, as well as witnesses' reaction when they realized a man was caught in the crossfire.
That guy. Was that yeah, son of a you son of a you need to get some help, baby.
Dude's got a pump so his pump is still so good he didn't realize he got shot.
You're in shock, man. Yeah, you're in shock. Right. Go to them. Go, baby.
And he looks kind of like an older gentleman, too.
Wow, witnesses say first responders took the shooting victim in that video to an area hospital, and he appeared, quote, okay. Now, police confirmed the alleged gunman was killed and 1 victim died. UMC confirms a total of 4 victims were taken to the hospital, 1 still in critical condition, Denise.
Kyle, thanks for that. Now, during all that confusion, there were hundreds of people inside, not even sure where those shots were coming from, ducking for cover, fearing for their own lives. 8 News Now anchor Sasha Loftus spoke with several of them as they were filing out of the building, and she continues our team coverage.
Denise, you can see behind me, it's still a dynamic scene here hours after this shooting happened at this LVAC along Rainbow. Now, those we spoke with were coming out of this parking lot. Some were crying, visibly shaken up in their workout clothes. Many were stranded for hours, unable to go back for their cars or things inside.
As I was beginning the set, I heard pow, pow.
A normal day at the gym turns terrifying.
People just, oh, there's been a shooting, just get dressed, get out of here.
Dozens ducking for cover after a shooting at this Las Vegas Athletic Club near Rainbow and Vegas Drive.
All you heard was boom, 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 boom. It was rapid fire, probably about 15 shots.
Claudio Vigani says he came out of the shower and saw the gunman.
He was shooting around. I mean, you can see the pool of bullet right there.
That blood belonging to one person shot and killed inside the building.
Everybody was scared, everybody was crying, everybody was asking questions, what just happened.
As others shared how traumatic this all was,
Yeah, they look
Lansing
traumatized.
Santana says he saw police open fire and hit the shooter.
The gunman came out. I saw it all. He came out with the AR and he started hopping as he was ready for more. And they did 5 or 6 shots on him or something like that.
Many say they can't believe a place where they come for their health and happiness was shattered so suddenly.
We love LVAC. This is our safe place. We've been coming here for 6 years.
I always thought it was a safe place,
and we never thought anything like this would have happened.
But they're grateful for this quick action to keep so many others safe.
But the response was overwhelming and very fast.
All I'm going to say is the cops shot a white suspect and killed him. So that narrative shoots out the window. But, you know, they didn't mention the race. But you could see the dude was obviously not, you know, the usual suspect. I thought I got rid of this one. Oh, since I did go, you know, usual suspects and gun violence, let's switch it to where the usual suspects are about the First Amendment. But then again, she's not really one of the typical usual suspects. They actually hate her, as a matter of fact.
Mountain and members of the Senate Judiciary Committee. My name is Melissa Cardin. I live in Cranston, and I'm the executive director of the Rhode Island Coalition Against Gun Violence. I'd like to note that today, May 14th, it was 3 years ago today that the Buffalo mass shooting took place at the Tops supermarket.
764.
So 10 people who went out to the grocery store never came back because a white supremacist armed with a military-style weapon took
Not
their
military
lives.
style.
And their
Military full
communities
automatic.
obviously traumatized.
Vanessa, welcome to the Senate Judiciary. Please state your name. And if you're testifying on behalf of a group, please state that relationship as well.
Is this on? Okay. Hi, my name is Vanessa, and I'm just going to jump right into it. Let me start by asking a rhetorical question. Do Black lives really matter, or is this just a trendy slogan? Before writing this testimony, I took the liberty of researching some of the people supporting this bill, and unsurprisingly, many of them proudly label themselves as allies to the Black community and are committed to protecting and amplifying marginalized voices. And yet here I am, a Black resident of the state, feeling neither protected nor heard. Now, before I continue, I must confess that I actually reject identity politics. I don't like being stuffed into an ideological box simply because of what I look like, and I certainly don't appreciate being reduced to a checkbox to fit some political narrative. However, I sometimes have to highlight my identity as a Black woman to expose the hypocrisy of those who frequently pander to people who look like me. So again, how can anyone claim to support the Black community while pushing a bill that would disproportionately harm us? Make it make sense. You see, I've lived in Pawtucket most of my life, and for those of us who actually live here and aren't insulated by gated communities or safe suburban neighborhoods, you would know the effects of crime and violence firsthand, and more specifically, you would know that criminals, by definition, do not follow laws. I find it incredibly telling that the same folks who proclaim Black Lives Matter are the same ones who are quick to use predominantly Black neighborhoods as collateral damage for someone else's political agenda. And here I thought Rhode Island was against systemic racism. But what's more systemic than empowering the state to decide who gets to defend themselves? Historically speaking, that kind of control hasn't ended well. It's a tactic ripped straight out of the playbooks of some of the most brutal tyrants in history: Stalin, Mao, Hitler,
Take away the guns.
Lot. These men disarmed their citizens in pursuit of power, and millions of people lost their lives because of it. The only reason we haven't faced similar horrors...
The left really believes Donald Trump's the big dictator that he is. Why won't he take away guns? That's the first step, right?
in this country is because our founding fathers had the foresight to enshrine the Second Amendment. And it pains me to know that despite how much access to information we have, many would rather choose to ignore history and common sense in exchange for a false sense of security. And by the way, don't let the name fool you. The term assault weapon is designed to scare you into thinking this is just about big, scary weapons of war. But in reality, this ban would target literally thousands of commonly owned firearms
Everything
that
is
responsible
semi-automatic.
citizens like myself have to use in high crime areas. And it's almost as if proponents of this bill believe that my community is either too naive or too stupid to read the fine print. So let me assure you, we have read the bill and we see right through it. My friends, I don't care about empty slogans or performative activism. Bad ideas have consequences regardless if these ideas are rooted in good intentions. And while many people sitting in this room may not feel the immediate sting of these consequences, this bill would still be gambling with the freedoms that countless Americans, past and present, have fought so hard to preserve. So let me close by going back to my original question. Do Black Lives matter? Does our freedom matter? If the answer is yes, then start acting like it. Start by respecting our right to protect ourselves and our families. Start listening to people who live in these communities and not those who parachute in for a photo shoot while pushing policies that they'll never have to live under. Because at the end of the day, no amount of virtue signaling will ever be a substitute for real safety and real freedom. And I refuse to sit quietly while lawmakers trade both in exchange for political wins. So no, I do not support this bill. And if you truly believe that Black Lives Matter, then neither should you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vanessa.
Bro. I love that woman. No filter. No filter. Y'all know who else doesn't have a filter? This next video. Not this lady. However, he's going to go into how propaganda works and how the media is basically the CIA. In case you don't know, you will know.
Let's bring Alex Jones in for the show today. Host of InfoWars. Alex, good to see you. Thanks for joining us again.
Thanks for having me. Good to see you.
All right. It's always great to talk with you. I want to talk with you about the mainstream media, of course, is all in a tizzy today because President Trump has banned Reuters, Bloomberg, Associated Press from traveling with him on Air Force One during this historic Middle East trip. And the mainstream media says President Trump is just, he wants to ban journalists because he's against the free press. He's against free speech. He doesn't want accountability. You and I know that there's more to this story than meets the eye. So what is behind this?
It's funny because when people complain about, they're going to ban these people from coming from this legacy media, they think they're the only media out there. They like to silence smaller media personalities, smaller journalists, because you know what? They can't be controlled. The mainstream media, that's their job. Their job is to control.
Lot there, but Reuters, AP, going back to the late 40s with the establishment of the CIA, and even before that, OSS and then MI6, is really the mouthpiece of Western intelligence. And of course, that came out in '76 in the Frank Church Senate hearings on the deep state and Operation Mockingbird, the CIA with the major networks, but specifically AP and Reuters. And so we saw with a lot of the Doge disclosures, billions of dollars in the last 4 years to Reuters particularly, but also AP, and then billions to other
PBS
corporate media institutions to put out talking points and direct lies. And that goes back to the repeal of the Smoot-Mundt Act.
Thank you.
In 2013 by Obama that pushed it, and Congress did that.
That's what I've been saying.
Quote, domestic propaganda by the CIA, posing as media. So lying to the people, not just propaganda, but outright lying. And we saw other Doge fines this year where $9 million a few years ago from the Pentagon to Reuters. So there's all these different agencies, putting into the kitty to promote basically official COVID lies.
So
and it's titled Widespread
Propaganda, right?
Disinformation Operation, Widespread Deception Operation against the American people. So they even give it really nasty names that are accurately showing what it is. So it's not enough for Trump to put in his own people at NSA and CIA and State Department. You have to understand that the Biden administration, the people running the auto pen, front-loaded the hundreds of billions stolen out of the new Green Deal slush fund, 370-something billion that disappeared all over with Podesta managing it, the billions out of
Don't
USAID,
forget the
out of
broadband.
the EPA and other agencies. Front-loaded, I mean, it came out, they admittedly did that, billions of dollars into this, knowing Trump was coming in, but they would still have these stay-behind networks to counter him. And that's not new. That specifically goes back to 2016 when Trump was the incoming president then. Obama, in the Defense Authorization Act for 2017, one of the last things he signed was that bill. There was over $2 billion in there for creating the Office of Countering Foreign Disinformation Propaganda Act. And that specifically was tailored to pay for all of the fake dossiers and lies about Russiagate, and to target American journalists. And then it even expanded more in 2020. And now I knew this because I covered it at the time and was targeted by it, and would actually follow in congressional hearings. They weren't even really hiding a lot of it then, but it wasn't something the general public, even most journalists or media pundits, knew about. But then the new Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, brought in Dr. Darren Beatty, who'd formerly been an advisor and speechwriter for Trump, and who's an expert on the deep state, in to do an investigation into what the State Department was doing through that Office of Countering Foreign Disinformation Propaganda Act, targeting Trump and his supporters. And then what the Secretary of State, just with an interview with Mike Benz in the last few days, came out and said they now have the names of the people being targeted. This is the State Department then directing law firms, PR firms, private detective groups, and we now know hooked into the Justice Department for also criminal investigations. And that's what happened to me, because it's now come out, of course, I'm one of the main 12 names. There were thousands others they targeted, but 12, particularly Elon Musk, Alex Jones, President Trump, Joe Rogan is in there. Even though he wasn't as hardcore years ago, they were still worried about him and still trying to undermine him. So these orders go out, you get sued, they choose judges that will then find you in default, where you're already guilty, that have a show trial at HBO like I did. It's now come out that they raised hundreds of millions of dollars off my name. They got over $4 million in Justice Department grants for the lawsuits. I've released all that information last month. Also, as soon as Trump got in, they sent me an FBI file where Obama declared me a top national security threat in 2013. And Trump didn't find this in his first admin. They found it now. Those documents are all public, where there was still an ongoing espionage investigation, not even saying who I work for. Gosh, I don't know. I thought I was an American patriot. But an ongoing investigation for over a decade, of course, found nothing. So espionage, criminal investigations. My co-host put in prison for being with me on J6, not going in the building. They just said he went in and sent him to prison for it, didn't care. So Secretary of State Rubio says in the interview with Benz, he explains, they didn't just censor people and attack people. You then got lawfared, you got sued, you got debanked. And he says they're going to release all the details soon.
They won't.
We just got in the company P.O. box a few months ago, and it was postmarked the 24th of January. So 4 days into his administration, they were already sending these out. And I'm told by other people that were targeted, other people got not their whole FBI file, but basically cover sheets of 193 different investigation files on me, specifically out of the Boston office. That would be Mueller's old people, trying to find something on me. But that predates Russiagate and even predates the Trump era, but it just continues on. So it shows how you have this illegal conspiracy against rights and abusive processes are all key terms. I've already filed lawsuits. I'm filing more against the Democrat Party organizations. Paul Weiss, who's already, that law firm confessed to, quote, illegal lawfare against President Trump, promised to pay $40 million in restitution to community service. Now they've claimed $20 million of that is from their suits of me. So I don't think Trump knew when he made that deal with them to make restitution and stop doing political targeting that they would count that as 20 million out of the 40 million for targeting me. And this is all public. And again, it could go on. Each one of these things is a whole story in and of itself. But that's how they've done this. And so they got embarrassed in the 70s when it came out. They went underground. Then it expanded under Obama. And so then people ask, well, why ban Reuters, AP, and Bloomberg? Number one, they're not banning them from being on the air. They're not banning them from making up whatever lies that they want. They're just not there on Air Force One to then misrepresent what Trump has said in text to get ahead of his agenda and try to sabotage him when he's trying to get his actual message out. Nobody's more transparent. Nobody has 5, 6, 7 press conferences a day like Trump. He had more in his first day in office than Biden had in 4 years.
4 years, yep.
The idea that he's censoring is a total lie. He's not burning books or saying don't give elementary students graphic pro-pedophilia novels that I'm still shocked looking at as an adult. No, that's not. Not giving Jack Daniels to a 10-year-old is not liquor prohibition. It's a prohibition on giving it to minors. Not giving cigarettes to 50.
I ain't gonna lie. When I was 10 years old as a young kid in Alabama, before we went to Germany, my dad would give me whiskey and beer. I didn't turn into an alcoholic. Well, yeah, that had nothing to do with it. And I still don't drink now. Occasionally, rarely, I do drink. But hey, I don't give my kids alcohol. That's a different story. It was a different day back then. It's a different day back then. And we came out just fine. Some of us, a good majority of us.
15-year-olds is not banning tobacco. It's a prohibition on that. So it's the same thing, with the so-called book burning or book banning. The Democrats are the censors. They're the economic lawfare terrorists. They're the ones that have done this. So Trump kicking him off Air Force One is because he understands what's come out.
He's trying to save fuel.
That he may be getting a lot of the bad people out in the government, but all that preloaded, front-loaded money and all those operatives were already there from the CIA and the NGOs. But now even more of them have gone out of government into that and are working with that big stash of cash to engage in disinformation operations against President Trump and the American people. And then, of course, you have Jeffrey Goldberg, a well-known Israeli / CIA Obama operative, with his whole disinformation thing where, Hegseth's the target because somebody added him on a Signal chat, and then it's Waltz, who they've now removed. And so Trump is learning about the Israelis running operations against him. That's really no secret. It's always been going on in America.
And I think that's why he's been giving them the cold shoulder when he went to visit the Arab nations.
And so Trump is really getting more sophisticated about kicking the intelligence agencies out. It's not enough to take Brennan's security clearance away. You've got to then understand that
I wonder if Comey still has
they just
clearance.
moved into or were always in the media system.
And if he
Trump
does,
taking
why?
national security clearances away from the big law firms that he learned have been working against him as well. So he understands that 90% of
Mine
intelligence
expired 2 years
operatives are
ago.
not actually in the CIA or the Defense Intelligence Agency or the NSA. They are operatives of it, at least 90%. And so Reuters, AP, and Bloomberg, as I've said for years, it's come out now, are the heart of the CIA disinformation operation that Trump still hasn't gotten control of. So the least he
probably
can
never
do is
will.
not get near them or not let them be on a plane where they can be using the wireless to send back lies about what he said he's going to do. And when he lands, people
they've
have
already
been
done.
told something that isn't true or that's a mix of truth and lies trying to sabotage his agenda. So very smart. I don't think he should have corporate media anywhere on Air Force One. Nowhere around him. I think there should be some of them, maybe a lottery, in the White House or in
That
the
would
briefing
make
rooms,
sense.
have it be scrambled by a computer, kind of a sweepstakes things, every week and tell you who's going to be there. Because I think we need the corporate media to laugh at them and expose them and, show they're a fraud. But at the
I
same
think
time,
that's
you
a
don't need to give
good
them
idea.
preferential treatment.
The lottery. It's the luck of the draw. And that's the way it should be, in my opinion. Because then you'll get different voices every time.
Or put them at the front of the trough, and you sure as hell don't want them in Mar-a-Lago. These are serious spies. Okay, these are people that want Trump dead. As the former one of the
Comey.
deputy heads of the CIA, Mudd, said, "We're going to kill this guy" on CNN. So we know the Secret Service stood down. We know the FBI stood down in Butler. All of this. So the more he can keep these people away from him, NPR reporters slamming him in the face with a microphone, obviously on purpose. I mean, these are dangerous, dangerous people.
Nothing will happen, though. Nothing
On
ever
November 10th,
happens.
2020.
All right, so I saved this one. Why is that video hidden? They took something out off my playlist and hid it. Weird. All right, so this next one, it actually comes from, I don't remember where. Florida. This happened in November 10th of 2023. saw the video this morning, and I was like, let me go find the actual, full clip. And I thought this shit was hilarious. So we're gonna end on this note. This is why you don't steal. This is why you don't run from the police, and this is why you don't lie to your parents when body cam footage comes out and you make them look stupid in the police station.
23. Officers responded to a call regarding a woman suspected of shoplifting.
You looking for her? Yeah. She just went to do me. We're both law enforcement too. I don't know what she's doing.
10-4 check. Call for thank you. Copy. Come here. Don't buck. Over there.
Wow.
Come here.
Where are you going? Where are you going? God damn it. Why are you running? Jesus fucking Christ. Somebody catch the bitch. Oh!
I need help home. Show you. Please don't hit me. I need to do my thing.
Let's do that again. In slow motion. Well, not really slow motion. Let's see if I can slow this down. All right. Watch. There she is. Come on. Run. Run. What's that? Whoa. Oh! 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 Wait, what's going on? Why does it keep going back? What a stupid motherfucker.
I need help home. Show you. Please don't hit me. I need to do my thing.
You didn't do nothing. Why'd you run?
I'm waiting my phone. Hold on, wait. I got my teeth.
Okay, put it behind you. Behind. All right, stop resisting. You got 3 of us here. All right. Good. All right.
Wait, put my teeth.
Here. All right. Hey, I'm taking this out of
Oh,
her
you
hand
didn't
'cause
tighten
it
that
keeps
right one
ringing.
up.
Should have ran, huh? I need this one.
Yeah, you shouldn't have ran.
Nope, we're not doing that. All right. I will bend this back if we have to.
My
all right,
mom.
here we go. Hang on to that because I don't want her to. Okay.
What'd she drop?
Your attorney. Dropped your charger.
My mom. I need to call my mom, please.
Absolutely.
Please don't take me. Please don't. I didn't do nothing, man. I just was trying to contact see what's going
Why
on.
was that white lady clutching her pearls?
I called the police myself just now.
Whoa.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Where's your teeth at?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I thought y'all was trying to
Did you pick up your teeth?
complain me for what I just did. I thought I just got off the phone with them, and I told them that I didn't do anything. Sir, can you please answer for ma'am? Can you please answer for me? Sir, please.
What? We're gonna have a long time.
Please what?
I don't try to talk because I was trying to verify myself.
Yo, she ran
with
into
the
one of
police,
those
so that's
things.
why I thought when you were running after me, I thought that y'all was trying to blame me for what's going on, and I didn't do anything.
Then why run?
That's what I'm saying. Can I please call the police, sir? Please, sir, please. Hey, step down my chair.
Let's get this off.
I don't mind getting it out. Can you please call the police?
Now, she was stealing.
I just brushed my mouth.
Yeah, that was like the spill you took.
Back, go up. All the way. This ain't gonna go very well. It's not gonna go well if you don't work with me. I don't want you here for back up.
Oh shit, she's undercover. Or off duty.
I appreciate your help.
Anything?
Nope, you good. Thank you.
Yes. I'm talking to you. You said.
I'm listening.
I just got off the phone with them. I called to verify it.
You got off the phone with who?
What was going on? So I'm just trying to figure out why was you running after me?
You ran
That's
first.
what I didn't understand.
I didn't really run after you.
Huh?
I didn't really run after you.
You did.
More like a brisk
you said
walk.
you was looking for me racially. That's what I'm trying to tell to you, sir.
Hi, Kristen. This is Officer Khan with Daytona Beach Police Department. Did you call about some girl from the Dunkin' Donuts? All right, we have a girl over here. I need someone to ID her.
This is
You're
crazy.
saying no one can come identify her?
Somebody
All right. I appreciate it. Oh, no problem. No problem. That's what we do. Bye. Oh, more phone calls. More phone calls, Jemiah.
They call his boss.
More phone calls. That's the criminal justice system. It's all about more phone calls. So they don't want to come ID.
Which is crazy.
Because it's store policy not to do IDs. I could take
So
this
you can
girl
literally
for RA and
steal,
then sit at the horse bowl with her.
run away, and they can't. You can get caught, but they won't ID you. So that means you didn't steal anything.
Or cut her loose. So RA it is.
Makes no sense.
Bye. I have great news and less than great news. The good news is the business about the Coach store is straightened out for now, and you're not in trouble for that.
It's bad news.
The bad news is you're going to jail for RA.
What's that?
It's what they call when the cops are trying to talk to you and they have a reason to contact you. You shouldn't have taken off running.
But I didn't understand what was going on. Sir.
Come on out of there. This is Officer Torres. She is going to search you.
You look at her mouth.
They had me running
You're
from
like,
him,
what
and
the
I didn't
fuck?
even do what they said that I did. That's what's so.
Look at the lady cop.
She is going to search you.
What? They had me running from him, and I didn't even
I like that lady.
do what they said that I did. That's what's so crazy.
Look at her
Can you
face.
turn around and face the car for me?
Please.
Face the car for me, please. Hands. Right, have a seat for me.
She runs into a metal pole, blows out her tooth is gone, and knocks herself out just for like a second or two. And had she just stopped and talked to me, the girl didn't want to come do an ID, so she would have been cut loose. So there's no IDs at the Coach store.
That's
if
crazy.
you got a girl over here or a guy, hey, come look, ID this guy. Nope, corporate policy.
So now you got just resisting arrest?
Just a little, a VOP, a felony.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
She doesn't like that. She doesn't like that.
Now here's where it's funny.
Hello.
So this is the next day. We all saw the body cam footage. Listen to the complaint this Gailey told her mother. And she just embarrassed her mother, in my opinion.
Who's filing a complaint? How can I help you?
Yesterday, my cousin was at work. She on the phone, but
Cousin,
she
I'm
can't
sorry.
talk like that. She can't really messed up, and her neck is messed up.
Whose fault is that?
She can explain to you exactly what happened.
He approached me. He parked over here by Under Armour. He approached me and said that I was being detained. And I asked him why was I being detained, and he was telling me that it was because of ongoing investigation. So I told him I already had called to verify myself. So I told him I don't have to speak to you. I walked out. So as the me in the midst of walking, I walked off really fast. He was coming behind me. But I had him be not paying me trying to pay attention to him and me walking. I almost hit a pole. Well, instead of me hitting the pole, I tripped and fell. And when I fell, he slammed me on the ground and tased me. But when he slammed me, I snapped and bust my whole mouth open and two front teeth came out my mouth. Okay.
You can flip through the pictures.
Well, fill out that.
Fill out this.
Yeah, if that's what you're gonna file a formal complaint. And I'll give it to his day shift lieutenant, because I'm the night shift lieutenant. And then either they'll call you or someone from internal affairs will call you. All right?
I'm finished filling it out.
Okay.
Wait for it.
Okay. So I went in the back to look at the Axon cameras, because we all wear body cameras. So it looks like when he got to the Dunkin' Donuts, she had left.
So as he was walking around the outlet, there were some customers. There was actually some off-duty police officers. No, they don't work for us, just random off-duty. Was like, are you looking for somebody? And he said, yes. They told him what store she went in. She was hiding behind a display. So she came from behind the display. He was like, hey, don't run. Where you going? You know, don't run. She takes off running. When she takes off running, she's looking back at him and she runs into a pole. That's what knocked her teeth out. And then she runs into the pole, she falls, she gets up, she grabs her phone, and that's when he handcuffs her. So he never throws her to the ground.
Did he stamp her or anything?
No, when she actually got up, when she hit the pole, she got up.
Mm.
And then that's when he grabbed her and just handcuffed her standing. He never put her back on the ground.
Mm.
Okay? All right, you're welcome. Have a nice night.
Mm. They thought they was gonna get some money. Body cam footage doesn't lie. Caught in 4K. And they just embarrassed themselves. 100%. Well, not only did the girl that got arrested embarrass herself, because that's quite hilarious. You run into a fucking pole. What a dumbass. Oh, the cops threw me to the ground. Knocked my teeth out. No, bitch. Oh, man. That's why you can't trust some people. That's why you can't trust them. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed that. Thank you for coming, which obviously this is on Rumble, so I very rarely get, live people. But I feel better about doing this on Rumble because, well, I can. YouTube guys, you'll see this later. Anyway, I'm not really telling y'all how to think because that would be stupid and that would make me the legacy media. I'm just showing you what I find, my interpretation, and you can do your own interpretations. That's what I'm just telling you to think. It's a crazy world, right? It's a crazy fucking concept when you have to be like, I'm going to tell you how to think. I guess that's my cue.